keep the flame alive. Hey everyone, Mad Kaiser here, and yes, welcome to another first impressions of a demo. Damn, I need a better intro than this. But yes, here's another one of these, and it's pretty much my most anticipated game of this year, at least 2 years now. Tales of Arise. Now, before I talk about this, I want to bring up a little thing I said in my last Tales of Arise video. Now, some of you were assuming that from my last video that Tales of Arise would have no demo. Now, to be frank, they did say they did have plans for a demo, but they did not say when or if they are going to do it. Like, they had plans for it, but they weren't sure if they're gonna, follow through with that in a way. But it turns out they did, because Tales of Arise got a free demo for the PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, but unfortunately no PC, just like with Scar Nexus. I assume the reason why they made a PC demo is mainly because of data mining. And now these days, game demos get data mined, so the whole thing could get leaked or something. So yeah, rip to the PC players, my condolences. Anyway, I of course played this on the PlayStation 5, setting the performance to frame rate to get a very good optimal performance. And PSA, the footage of what you're seeing now is technically footage captured from my PS5 through a WEBM file, not an MP4, which obviously the filtering looks really bad compared to what it actually looks like in the game. That looks really good, so I do apologize. I really should have learned to change them to MP4s when I had the chance. Damn it. But anyway, on to the review of the first impressions. Damn, I'm really bad at this. Anyway, so the demo is similar to the Tales of Arise press preview that, well, the press had. The only addition they had for the public demo for us was the skits. So what you do in this demo is go explore around this area of Elder Mencia, and you basically play as the 6 main characters all in your party: Alphen, Shion, Kisara, Durlim, Lore, and Rimwell. And basically what we know is that this demo will not transfer via save file, but to be honest, this demo was designed to be more of a standalone thing, instead of being the first few minutes or hours of the game. So of course there was a reason why they didn't want to save transfer, especially when they want to make this scenario pretty much more standalone, so you wouldn't get spoiled for the story. It's similar to, say, Tales of Berseria with demo. But anyway, of course you explore this beautiful and luscious place known as Elder Mencia. And I have to say, even though I said this a million times now, that Tales of Arise looks fantastic. Obviously it looked amazing in trailers, footage, and screenshots, but now looking on this on my TV, it is absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is easily hands down the best looking Tales game we come so far. Like, oh my god, like the graphical leap and visuals between this and Berseria are just completely night and day. And speaking about night and day, we have a day and night cycle. That's very awesome. So it looks great at daytime, afternoon, and of course in the nighttime. Now of course this also teaches you the combat, like the base combat, and I can safely say that the combat is really good, and I have to say I think it's shaping up to be one of my favorite combat systems, right up there with Zillia 2 and Destiny Director's Cut. Now the combat has some similar things from past Tales games. First things foremost, normal attacks make a return, nice, as well as having arts which are basically that do look like the soul gauge from Berseria, but they are mainly just for using for art to build off your combos after you do normal attacks, and the free face buttons let you use them for on the ground. Also, you can also jump during combat to also provide some also aerial art, so you have arts for the air as well as arts for the ground, which is really awesome. The other things they have involve dodging, which I really liked, even though during my first playthroughs of it I was really bad at it, probably because of the control scheme, which yes, the control scheme to play Tales of Arise for battle involves using the R1 button to normal attack, which does sound weird for Tales games to do that, since they mostly use the face buttons, but I'm not complaining too much. And to be honest, if you're a bit weirded out by those choices, you can always remap them in the settings to whatever you prefer, so there is a choice for you to whether or not you like this default style, or you ever want to have it in the style you believe is better for you, so you can do that. And of course, each of them play different, and I have to say I really had a fun time playing as all of them, to be honest. Like, all of them really had some unique things. Like, Alphen was definitely awesome with using his both sword and flame sword. Shion, my girl, my love, she was amazing using her range attack gun and her spells, which were very effective. Doralim was also tons of fun, both using his staff as well as his own magic arts. Law was also awesome, be able to, just punch and kick things. And Kisara, oh man, Kisara, she is a freaking tank, and man does she pack a punch with her mace and her big shield. Yep. And also Windmill was also fun, but yeah, I definitely do enjoy trying out the combat for all of them, and each of them have stuff like boost strikes and boost attacks. Boost attacks able to using like something similar to, I guess, a break soul, which you can use either from your character or your party members, whether they're with you or just reserve, which is pretty nice, as well as also using boost strikes, which is similar to link dots and fatal strikes from both Zilia and Vesperia. Like, it's a combination of those two mechanics which are really awesome. There's also things like overlimit and the character's perks, like Alphen able to use his flame sword to turn a scorched battlefield and all that stuff. Some of it's a bit hard to explain because they didn't really tutorialize it too much. I don't think they didn't even give any tutorials of that. You just had to look up the settings. I do think they mainly just even use sets of what the base combat or what the base gameplay would feel like for a start. Before, I think when you play the full game, they'll obviously start with basics, and they'll teach you mechanics as you progress. Other things to also add is that the exploration is very nice. I have to say it's one of the best things about this demo. I do really found it rewarding to explore this beautiful area, and yeah, just collecting items and going around finding chests, especially one that was underneath a waterfall, was really just amazing. It's definitely rewarding to explore a beautiful place. Also, some rat pigs, yay! Now, of course, we get to probably one of the most controversial things that people have found, and that is the skits, which was a new addition to Tales of Arise. And yeah, I already talked about this in my last Tales of Arise video, and I'll still stand by my word that I actually do like them. I actually think they've grown on me. I understand some people don't like them, which is fine. You can do whatever. You can hate them. You don't have to like them. But I personally like them. I do enjoy the comic manga style they're going for, and I think it handles a bit more better than Scarlet Nexus, even though I did like that game and its presentation. But yeah, the character interactions, funny moments, and dialogue really sold the skits and made them worth it, in my opinion. So yeah, I do absolutely love that. There's also things like camping and cooking, which also makes a return, like camping, which I think was also used in Vesperia, but not too much. I think like I forgot about, even though I do really like Vesperia. But yeah, in camp, what you do when you're camping is, of course, you rest, you experience the skits, and you can go look at, you know, the past skits you played, as well as also, you know, look at past cinematics you've seen. But also you also get to cook before your rest, and this restores your CP. CP is a cure points. Now this is technically also another thing that Bamco has introduced, which has caused a bit of a divide. As what cure points does is basically is used to, you know, spend on using like things you like, you know, collect chests or something, as well as interact, and also to use spent on healing arts as well. Now this has caused a bit of a divide because some people might find this a bit frustrating to use during battle, and while there's some instances where it's annoying, especially with the healing arts being spent on that, I don't think it's too much of a deal breaker, especially since you can restore it with gels and the camping and cooking. Though the gels to restore it are pretty damn expensive. I think this is a mechanic similar to what Tales of Rebirth had, from what I've been told. So I don't think it's too bad. Who knows? I'll probably see how it warms up to me in the full game. Now, of course, the demo for this is not too long. I'll say you could, depending on how much you spend on it, you can like beat it in like an hour or so. Like after you beat, like you finish all the skits, do much as bad as you want, try out all the mechanics they all had to offer, like equipment finding, as well as crafting and all that stuff. You can end the game by beating a boss known as the Mantis boss, which is like a giganto boss monster. And in fact, there's actually technically 3 bosses in this game. There was the Mantis boss, which if you beat it, will let you finish the demo, and the other 2, one involving a giant Zoogle boar thing, I think it is called, and the other one is actually a secret boss, and apparently it happens during the Mantis boss, but it happens randomly. I don't know an explanation of how you can face that secret boss, but it's pretty interesting. And yeah, the bosses from what I placed were very challenging, and they did cost me to get run over by them. But then again, I wasn't really that good with them, so that might be why. But I do think that the way they're handled is really good. Like, they're obviously gonna let you combo them, but they also incentivize on you dodging / Kisara guarding, of course, which is really nice. So it does incentivize you to, you know, properly just, you know, dodge their attacks when they're coming at you, as well as to hit them back, especially with some of them having core break as a mechanic to knock them down. But aside from that, I have to say, yeah, I was very much impressed with this game. And sure, there's some things that may have confused me a little bit, but other than that, I really had a great time with the demo. And yeah, I honestly has made me more excited for Tales of Arise than I already was, and I was pretty much excited for it ever since it was revealed, ever since I became a Tales fan, and ever since I made YouTube videos talking about it and the Tales series. So yeah, the flame has been kept alive, and it's actually fueling the flame. And I'm very happy to see that a lot of people who have played the demo are really enjoying it and considering on getting the game. So yes, more people are getting into Tales of Arise thanks to the demo, which does prove that demo do drive sales. So please developers, support. If you want people to buy your game, it's sometimes best to have a demo to see if people are on the fence or people are interested to see how it plays. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. So, have you guys played the Tales of Arise demo? What do you think about it? Are you considering on getting the full game now that you played the demo? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. So, punch that like button, drop down a comment, and hit that subscribe button if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Kaiser, out.